I do a lot of things for the game inside and out. This applies for this channel as well. I don't want to do one thing, I want to do multiple. This means lore, builds, some philosophical thoughts, documenting new changes to name a few. With the game evolving even more, I want to keep adding more things to this list. Now, as most of my older viewers know, I have been at this game for a very long time, actually, since the beginning, and have seen the way it's become today. This, for a nerd like me, is great. It means that I've seen many systems being tested, implemented, and even scrapped. So I wanted to make a bunch of videos with the current mechanics in the game. So this would mean, how does X work, or how will Y react with Z? I would call this a series, but I'm unreliable as I keep getting ideas on what to make next for the channel. So let's not call it a series for now, let's just see what happens and how long I stick with this. Now, the main focus of the video is to focus on the game mechanics at its core. For this particular video, as the title already says, it will be comeback mechanics. Have you ever truly wondered how the momentum of the fight changes? How you can go from dominating the enemy team to getting piled on and losing the game in the end? Well, if you're watching this, you'll find out very soon. With this newfound knowledge, maybe you'll even use it to your own advantage in your future games. Without further ado, let's get started. There are 3 separate mechanics implemented in this game. Let's start with the credit system. Now, we all know how credits are rewarded to players for doing anything in the game. Taking damage, shield, dealing damage, heal, push the payload, cap a point, or even AFK. You get credits for literally everything. Now, distinction, you get credits for kills and eliminations. This we all know, hopefully. To differentiate between the two, if you do damage to someone and they die to someone else, it counts as an elimination. If you get the killing blow on the enemy, it counts as a kill. With that, let's get into the credits themselves. Kills are regarded higher than eliminations. Sometimes it's fair, sometimes it's not, but that's not truly important. So doing either one or the other will give you a different amount of credits. The exact formula for the credits are as follow. Killing an enemy, 30 plus 10 times the streak of a killed enemy. Elimination of an enemy, 15 plus 5 times the streak of eliminated enemy. Putting this into numbers, if you kill an enemy grower, for example, who is on, let's say, a 25 streak, you will get 280 credits. That's nearly the same as a point capture, which gives you 300. Now, if you eliminate the enemy grower, it will give you 140 credits. In either case, you get a nice bump in credits, considering you get more credits for doing other things as well, as you get your items fully online faster. Getting a cauterized 2 in the beginning of the 3rd round will really limit the enemy team, in an ideal scenario. But that aside, it's not a huge comeback mechanic. Yes, it's great to have more credits, but it's not a big game changer. So we move on to the next point. I mean mechanic. Well, technically I mean both. The main point of the game is not kills. Shock horror, I know. But it's about playing the objectives. This breaks down into 2 parts, point capture and then point conversion. The mechanic impacts the first one directly. The normal point capture rate is 3%. This means that if your team is on the objective, it will grow in increments of 3 until it reaches 100. That's the normal rate, however. The comeback mechanic works as follows. If the enemy team has a 2-point lead over your team, then your team's capture rate is up to 4%. While this is not significant on the surface, but this does mean the enemy team have less time to plan their pushes, recapture, and sometimes even trigger overtime. In previous iterations of the game, the more champions you had on the point, the faster it would go. So 3 people on the point will capture a lot faster than 3%, or 3 people on the payload will make a payload literally run to the enemy base. But this was removed because it encouraged very heavy zoning compositions, and not so much thought was given to fighting. Whoever won the initial point fight ended up more often than not winning the whole match. Now it's a static 3 or 4% depending on your state in the match. While it's a bit more significant than the credits bonus, the last one is truly something else. Let's actually take a look at kill streaks. I mean, we looked at them in the beginning with the credits, but it's a lot more significant, and more often than not, the very definition of the comeback. The game is very risk and reward focused at its core. You pull off something risky and you get rewarded. This could mean unusual itemization, hitting risky shots, or flanking not on your usual flanking routes. But another thing players need to worry about is doing too well. Yes, you did hear that correctly. The higher the enemy kill streak, the more ultimate charge you get back from killing them. Some of you no doubt will know this, but I've seen a lot of people in the game asking how did X champion get the ultimate back so fast. Here is the proper formula, if you want to call it that. Every kill added to the enemy streak over 5, it will give back you 10% ultimate charge. So, to put it into numbers again, if you kill someone on a kill streak of 10, you will get back 50% ult charge. To better show you what I mean, here is a custom server I made where I got my friend who's playing Leon to kill me exactly 15 times. Now that a streak is 15, I proceed to kill him with my ultimate time bomb. You'll see as soon as he dies, my ultimate is back up and I can use it again. So the next match you're in and you see someone doing insanely good, try to coordinate with your team and get them down. One of your teammates or you will get back ult charge, which can and often does change the tide of the game. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is it. These videos will focus on the particular mechanics of the game and other intricacies. The next one will be a bit bigger as it's taking a lot of time to do, but trust me, it's going to be worth it. Finally, remember champions, gaming smarter is winning faster. See you all next time.